Welcome to the Hmong Peeps Show, the one and only show that brings you ordinary people sharing extraordinary insights. Well, maybe. Here is your host, Chew Effin Lee.
Hey, what's going on, folks? This is Chew. I just posted on the page about the spiritual retreat, so I hope that you guys can get more information from that post to see what's going to happen at the retreat. And again, if you guys are in the Twin Cities and you want to be a part of this, just send me a message and I will sign you up. The seats are limited to only 10 people. Each of those people can bring a guest, but remember, you are responsible for your guest. So I'm excited. I cannot wait until June 6, 2015, and I hope to see a lot of you out there. All right, I wanted to talk about patience. Now, many of us, we want instant gratification when it comes to spiritual abilities. We don't have enough patience for things to gradually progress. And it's normal because it's part of human nature. For some of us, we look at spiritual abilities as something that is awesome, great to have, right? Which it is to some degree. And we want to have it right away. That's the part that brings us down very fast as well. For those of you who have difficulty developing your spiritual abilities, you will tend to give up faster. I mean, there's other barriers why people give up, their spiritual journeys, but one of them is the mistake of wanting instant gratification. Now, if you are patient, because being patient is just not for yourself, it's also for your guides and your source to, in a sense, test you out to see if you're ready for that journey that you want to be on, or that you're supposed to be on. So remember, the patience piece is just not gonna tell you whether you're ready or not. It's gonna also tell the guides and the sources whether or not you're ready for it. And one of the examples I wanted to give to you guys is from the movie The Karate Kid. The very first one with that one Mr. Miyagi character. I don't know if you guys are old enough or remember that video, or not video, but that movie. The newest Karate Kid with Jackie Chan and Will Smith's son, there was also a good example of patience in that recent movie as well. So I'm going to talk about the one with Mr. Miyagi first, and then I'll use another example from the newest Karate Kid with Jackie Chan. So the first one, Mr. Miyagi, he teaches Danielson this one move, and a lot of people use it as a joke. You probably heard people say it: wax on, wax off. And he had his student do that for a very long time. And for a moment there in the movie, the kid got bored, and the kid didn't understand why he had to do the wax on, wax off exercise, which was, I think, washing a car or washing some windows. But eventually, towards the end of the movie, he understood why he had to practice wax on, wax off, because it was a technique that helped him during one of those fights in the tournament or something. And the important message to get from that example is, when you hear people say, be patient, wait, or you need to meditate, you need to connect to your source first, learn how to connect to your source or your guides first. That may sound boring to some of you guys because it's a repetitive thing and you're feeling like you're not connecting. But the ultimate goal is you will connect. It's just patience and timing. All right? So the next example I wanted to give was the Jackie Chan Karate Kid movie. So there's a part in there where Jackie Chan tells the kid to hang up his clothes or his jacket because the kid would have a tendency to come home and just throw his clothes on the floor. So Jackie Chan had him learn this technique of, dropping his jacket and then picking it back up, putting it back on the coat rack. And again, it was a repetitive thing. And The kid didn't understand it at first. The kid was very bored and frustrated that it wasn't helping him with his kung fu skills. Well, then what happened? I think during one of the fights he got into, or it was probably during that tournament as well, he was able to use that technique. So the message again is meditation, prayer, and any other rituals that you may have at this point, you have to apply and use those skills and practice those skills every day. And once you master it, which may be up to you or it may be up to your spirit guides or your sources, a decision will be made for you to be ready to understand why you had to do what you had to do to be where you are or where you're getting to. So many of us, we have a difficult time being patient. I have a difficult time being patient sometimes too, depending on what the context is. But I know I have to work on that, and I'm sure a lot of you out there can relate to me and realize that there are areas in your life where you need to be patient. Now, I wanted to talk about, it's not like betrayal, but I can't really find a good term for it right now, but I'll tell you what it is, and then you can probably find out a term for it. But a lot of us, when we are starting this spiritual development or journey, we do our best to focus for a short amount of time, right? And then we're not seeing results, or we're not seeing the results we want to see, even though it's really not up to us. It's really up to source and your guides. So for that short amount of time that we're really focused, we lose faith and hope in our development. And what do? We quit, right? We give up right away until we run into some kind of issue where we just feel like, oh man, I got to go back and connect to my spiritual journey. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? But I'm just giving an example of how easily we can give up on this journey. And I want you guys to take this and reflect on it to see how you can work on patience for yourself, whether it's for spiritual development or just in some areas of your life that's very important to you. All right, folks, that's it. I hope you guys have a good weekend. The weather up here is getting nice. Tomorrow is largemouth bass opener for catch and release, so I will be out at the lakes. I'll give you guys a report next week, maybe, if I remember. All right, again, have a good weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.